So, hey everyone, Rohan Dhawan here, founder of Uability, and today the two success stories that I have for you will literally blow your mind because when you hear their age, it's literally shocking that you can accomplish all this at this age in India, even despite the whole pandemic situation that's going on. So, Hardik and Harleen, how about both of you? Just let everybody know who you are, what you do, and just give everybody a quick background about yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Harleen and me and Hardik work together. Let's say hi Hardik first.
Hi everyone, my name is Hardik Judeja and I'm 20-year-old guy. Basically, just engineer by mistake, but going to be into an entrepreneurial journey at the age of 17. And me and Harleen are working together for the last, I think, 6 months, right? And Rohan gave us a great guide. He was a great mentor that we got, and this is how we just started out like that.
Hmm. That's
And I am a BBA graduate, 21 years old, and as Hardik already told you, we were friends before and then we started working together because our interests were the same and rest is what your ability did to us.
All right, we're going to talk a lot about that. But before we get into that, Hardik, you were telling me that you're an engineer and you also were in college, or are you still in college, Harleen?
I just graduated this September. I completed my bachelor's of business administration.
Got it. So, Hardik, all the way from engineering and Harleen into business admin. How did you both decide that okay, I should probably start a consulting business? Like, how did this happen?
So, Hardik was already into it. Even I was into digital marketing since my first year of college, and we didn't know that we both are interested in the same, despite being, we studied together for a short span of time in an old school, and but we were in touch. So I took a diploma course, which was like a waste of money. It was very basic. I could have learned it from YouTube. So the interest grew up for the 3 years in my college. I worked towards it, and we just sort of connected over Facebook, and we got to know that okay, the two of us are in the same field. And it was in January 2020 that we decided to meet and say that okay, let's form a consulting agency.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that. But I was personally too focused on the brand, the logo, how should it look, and all those kind of things, rather than client acquisition. So for the first 6 months we didn't really get any clients.
Hmm.
And then Hardik introduced me to Uability. Hardik, I would like you to take over from here, and I'll tell you why I didn't want to go for Uability in the first place.
That's an interesting story. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Before getting into that, like as Harleen told about her past, like at the age of 17, when I was in my first year of college, I started my first company. It was actually a startup in a college where we were delivering stuff to the college student and to their basic needs, right? And after that, still with my college mates, I started an again marketing agency. But still, that problem that limited amount of money that we got, we only shift like limited to our pocket money just for the college, but never ever think about like getting this thing as a career. I won't say that after before like 6 7 months, I won't think so that I have that mindset, right? But after that, when like I just ended up with my two startups, so we were fine with that. But suddenly then hopefully me and Harleen was connected, and like it mostly didn't happen. Like I think we are together till six, I think so, right? And after that, she shifted down to some other town, and things were changed, but we were still connected. And suddenly we had a talk, like what she's doing and what I was doing was literally same. So we just thought, like, why not to have a meeting? Like, I go to the Chandigarh, and we just had a short meeting over there and started out the stuff. And still, like as Harleen told, that for the 6 months we didn't get that much client. Like we were giving them free trials, doing all that stuff, right? But after that, like I suddenly got on your YouTube first. Like I thought, like, man, like how can someone earn 5 or 6 lakhs a month by just doing this in India? This is what my mindset was initially. But Then when I just saw your, I think 5 to 6 videos, I just sent it to Harleen, and she was also like, we need to go and have a just a try, like, right. So I just booked a call with you, and like things started change it out at that moment.
Right, got it. That's awesome. So, okay, we're gonna talk about how you came across UAbility and all that stuff. But what I really want to know is just first, let me just confirm. Hardik, how old are you?
20.
Okay, and Harleen, how old are you?
21.
Okay. So at this age, like, why did you both decide to become entrepreneurs? Like, because at this age, I remember at least what my peers used to do, and what most of the people do is they are always trying to maybe look for a job or maybe some sort of like secured career option, right? So how did you both decide that okay, I want to become entrepreneur, and how did that happen? If you could just explain.
Okay, so I was in 10th standard. I was really good at crafting, and then suddenly after 10th, around 10th, all the craft activities kind of stopped because we were shifting slowly to 11th, and I had nobody to gift cards to a lot of people or something. So I thought, why not sell them? And so I started a store on Instagram, and I used to make 25,000 a month, 30,000 a month, and it went really well, over a couple of years. So I was happy with that. So that then I was like, how do you grow those kind of followers, or how do you engage people? So this led to my interest into digital marketing. And when I shifted to college, I started an internship in my first year as a content writer, and then I took a diploma in second year. I did 2 to 3 internships in digital marketing as well. So but I always knew, that okay, this I cannot, do a job. I can do that 9 to 5 or any internship, because they just wanted you to work for them and not, even listen to your creative ideas. So since the very beginning, I was sure that, I don't want to do a job. I want to have something that is my own. And since very early age, I wanted to have money of my own. My parents used to give me a good allowance, but that wasn't mine. So I wanted to build something of my own. And then there was a phase, I was like, since 10th to graduation third year, I was completely into business. And my parents were like, IAS and IAS. And there was a brief phase in my life, around 6 months, where us just because of these uh, co- career choices, I kind of went into clinical depression. Not a severe one, thankfully, but it was something serious that needed to be addressed. And I took some medications, but at the end, it was my mindset that held me, and I was very much determined that I want to, I'll do what I want to do. I want to build a business. I will. My parents were, worried. I was a really pampered child. Iska kya hoga, she might not be able to work, she is soft, and all those things, right? Which they were right at their part, but they didn't see what I was. Okay. So I had this 1 year since this, let's say, June to this next year, to prove myself that, okay, dad, I can earn, I have the skills, I have the potential. So you don't have to worry about me. Even if I go abroad for my further studies, you don't have to worry about me. And so that was the only thing I had to kind of prove myself to them, so that they don't force me to go to, do IS again. So, and I joined UAbility, and that's what I did. And literally, my parents are so proud right now. Like, I just cannot explain in words. And yeah, that was my motivation. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur since I told you about my interest, but that kind of thing that, either it's IS or either it's your business, the situation really pushed me through.
Awesome. That's really, really, something insightful that you have shared. In fact, this is a problem. The thing that you were telling me about earlier, the phase that you went through where you were unable to decide which path to move forward. unfortunately, a lot of people in this country, especially at that age, go through it because I believe, like, as we grow up, right? People just tell us, okay, you have to pick science or commerce or humanities, right? And then just suddenly just pick your field and just go after it. But I think, at the age where we are told to make that decision, I think we are too young to decide which would
Right.
be right for us, right? So
I would say that is the age to experiment where we are told that okay, you have to get a secure job, you have to be settled. So yeah, I'm glad that I uh, just went out of that bubble soon.
yeah. So were your parents supportive when you told them that, okay, I've decided that I want to, start a business and stuff?
Yeah, like since the very beginning, my parents have always been very supportive, which I'm really grateful for. But then again, there was this constant pressure. They didn't know about digital marketing in the first place, so they were like, "What is this? This won't work. Just go for something which is really great. Ah, yes, it has power, authority, and all those kind of things." So, but then I don't know. I want to do this. I want to do this, and they were like, "Fine."
Yeah, yeah. I can totally relate to, like, when I was starting out, I told my parents that okay, I'm gonna do business with the help of the internet, and they were like, just like how your parents were saying that you should go for some like secured path and everything.
Yeah.
And then eventually, when I started doing it, like I remember my dad used to meet his friends and everything, and they used to ask, okay, so what does Rohan do? And he's like, I don't know. He sits on the computer and money comes out. So yeah, that's how it transitioned, right? But Hardik, what about you? Like, how did you decide that okay, I want to be an entrepreneur and everything?
Like from initially, I won't say that I have that aim to be an entrepreneur or something like that. Like the way I get into engineering, like if I like non-medical, I know maths, and if I am an electrical engineer, and to be honest, I don't know like how to fix a wire, to be honest. And that's a shame thing for my college as well. But the thing was like when I was in my first year, I was like literally doing nothing, like every engineer know. And but at that moment I was a very like I was a fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. So I get a one thing line in my mind always at that moment, that I have to taste everything, right? Because we don't know like for what thing we are made up of and what qualities we have. So I just go with the modeling, I just go with like table tennis. I was a like state player as well, and I played for Thapar as well, and I tried one or two few things as well. But like in the next year when I get to those people which are also into that startup and all kind of stuff, I see like man, I really like that work. And I don't feel like I'm just pushing myself. I was working initially, I remember 16 hours 14 hours a day. Even I was even like getting nothing from that stuff, like. So from that movement I realized that man, you need a freedom. You have that mind, that kind of mindset where you can think about new ideas and you can handle people very well, right? So from that moment I think like I have to do a startup and all kind of stuff. And I was doing right now, and right now the situation is companies are coming into my college and they are offering the packages and different placement options right now. But the thing is that like right now I'm at that stage where I am confident right now. Like I need not to go for a placement and all kind of stuff, because I know like if in a 1 or 2 months I have that ability to like getting 3 to 4 times what they will people will get, and they will even get it even after that 1 year of promotion, whatever, right? So like it's kind of a confidence that I will get. And being an entrepreneur journey was just like hit and trial method. Like I just find it, and I think that this is for me. That's
That's really awesome, man. And yeah, I'm sure like you're gonna do a lot better eventually as the time curve actually moves forward. So now what I want to know is you both were telling me that before joining Uability, you both had started your agency, right? So, what were the challenges that were happening back then? You told me that you were into, offering a lot of free trials. Just walk me through how did you both just like, start the agency? What did you do? How did you approach clients? And what mistakes you were making then, which based on your wisdom that you have now, you can easily identify. So, how did it start? What mistakes were you making? What were the challenges before? If you could just explain.
So, firstly, when we, started out, I thought of, approaching the same institute from where I did my digital marketing diploma, because their social media really sucked. So I was like, I can help them out. And then I went to them, and, we had a pricing structure which was, what I guess, 15,000, and we had, okay, the last week we'll do is 12,500, okay, for Facebook ads and handling their social media, you know. But that didn't work out. They thought that it was too much, and they were earning really well. They could have easily, shelled out the money, but they didn't. So yeah, the first problem was, people were not really willing to shell out money from their pockets. We didn't know the reasons. Maybe they didn't, trust us, they didn't believe in us, or maybe our pitching wasn't too strong. And apart from that, we were sort of just looking at searching for websites or businesses from Google or Facebook and approaching them to calling, but nothing just really worked out. People, like whatever we are earning right now, we never really thought of that, or quoting that much amount, because we that people won't pay, so that was the major challenge that we personally faced. And and as I said, we thought, okay, we have an agency, it should look fancy, the logo, the website, and the content and all those kind of things, which really didn't matter. So that was what few of the challenges that we faced, and Dest Hardik will, uh, you know.
Yeah, like I think she covered up everything which are our like initial phase problem. But the thing,
Yeah.
like we know very well, and I already did that little bit of work in the last 3 years before getting into that. That there is lot of competition, and like it's very easy. Like you have to go and go to YouTube and search it down digital marketing, blah blah blah. You can learn it because learning skill is not like a big thing right now at the moment, right? Anyone can go and do the stuff. So whenever we go to the client and we ask about the money, obviously there was someone else, like just a website like Just Dial and all kind of stuff. They have that in the mindset, like these service only cost till 15, 20. That's the maximum limit for a local business owners, right? But after that, like when we see that, and the most important point was we don't have any niche, right? And I got the point. Like let's say we are going for a general doctor, they will generally charge around 300 to 400 rupees for the one time appointment. But when we go to a specialist, a surgeon, they will charge around 2000 rupees, something like that, right? And that thing will, like, yeah, man, like if we go and have the specialty in the particular thing, obviously people can pay us way much better than that, right? And other problem was like we don't know how to approach people in a right way. Like that was a lagging point. Even me and Harleen know that some people are getting clients from UK, Australia, whatever the places are, but we don't know like how we can go and keep that consistency in the work, right? Because every information on internet is available right now. Like you know that you have to do emails and all kind of stuff, but how to do it and some kind of things like let's say a simple sample of a contract, right? At that initial stage we don't know, like we make it a great hype of that just normal page which just contains few words, right? Something like that. But like when we get into that stuff, you just give me, man, this is the what stuff that I use for myself for the last 3 4 years and everybody else is using. So we have that confidence, like we just go with it and we don't need to care about that stuff which doesn't matter at all.
And I think apart from that, we were too focused on selling the service rather than selling the solution, that we obviously learned later, that how to approach clients, what should be, the pitch and everything. We were really focused on selling services. We would elaborate so much one service that, we'll give you these many hashtags, this word content, and this many stories, this many posts, blah blah blah. So we too focused on selling the service and making putting up a lot of elements in that one service so that the client knows that okay, they are charging 12 and 12.5 thousand, so they are offering a lot.
We are
So
not covering
yeah,
that MVP part, which I think one of the most important thing, right? With the
yeah,
product that matter the most is the one that they care about the most. That's the main thing.
right.
Absolutely. So if we had to summarize this, I think the first mistake was that you didn't have like a proper client acquisition system. You were both like cold calling and doing all those other things, right? The second one was, which Harleen pointed out, was that you were focusing on too much branding and making the logos and all that stuff, rather than focusing on what's important, which is generating the calls. And I think this is like such a common mistake. Like I've seen startup owners spend 6 months just designing the graphics of their website and the images that they will be putting for their product and services, which is totally pointless. And then the third thing that you told me was, rather than selling solutions, you were focusing more on features, which is again just so that anybody who's watching it and didn't understand this point. What most people do is they would try to talk a lot about the technical jargon, which is something that clients don't really care about. What they really care about is the ultimate transformation which you can bring to their business or their life, right? So these are the I think the three top mistakes, right? Or anything did I miss out?
Yeah.
The pricing point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
charging way too low,
yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
This is actually interesting. Like, I think, how did this like? But actually, we'll talk about this later, because this is like a mindset shift that somebody has to make. That okay, I'm actually worth more and I should charge more. So I'm gonna get to that. But tell me something. So when you were going through all these challenges, and as Hardik said that okay, he found my video on YouTube and maybe
Uh-huh.
found some of these success stories. Um, like how did you like decide, okay, now okay, I should probably book this call, and what happened next? If you both can just like walk me through this journey. In fact, Harleen was also saying that okay, maybe we shouldn't join uability, and she was like not so pro uability. Then what changed your mind, if you can just like walk us through the whole experience?
I wasn't really, that I won't join, but it was like he told me that okay, listen up. I just came across somebody called Rohan Dhawan, and I think you should really watch his videos, and he's really good. And I didn't watch the videos. I'm so sorry. And after that, he told me that he has this amazing course called You Ability Elite. I think we should join us. It's really amazing. And I thought, yeah. And he said, I booked a call, so let's just listen what they have to say. And unfortunately, I wasn't available for that call. I had to go somewhere, and he had already uh, had a talk with you or Pratham, I'm not sure. And he was very much convinced. And he said, okay, they are charging this much amount, so and I think it's going to be fire. So let's just do it. And I said, okay, just send me the link. I'll just go through it. And I looked at your Facebook, your YouTube, your website, Quora, and I don't know where, but I didn't found even one negative comment, like one negative review about the course. And I was like, no, 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 something is wrong. This is too good to be true, kind of a thing. Not even one negative comment. Like that's not possible. So I was like, I was very skeptical about joining it, and I was like, something doesn't seem right. So after that, you had put up, some reviews. I remember Padma Shri and Vishali's video was up, or maybe their screenshots were up. So I thought of giving them a call. So I found their numbers from their pages, and then I gave them a call. That okay, you joined this course. How did you like it? And the feedbacks they gave me were like really good. So that the feedbacks really convinced me that okay, I should go for it. And then I booked a call with Pratham, and I was like, let's do it. So it's really good. And now I know that okay, why wasn't there any negative comment?
Awesome.
Well, like when I watch your video before getting booking the call, what actually I'm a good observer. What I was doing was like, let's do one thing. When you were scrolling the screen of your Facebook feed, I was not approaching to those people who are already have you are putting down the videos, right? Because in India it's little bit hard to trust and like to go with something new, right? So what I was doing, like I was checking out the comment, yeah, the username of the people who just commented below the post, right? So I only contacted all those people who are not like they achieved too many big things, like a big potential, but I just text around, I think 10 people who already comment in the post. Well, it's just a screenshot. I was just writing down the username and you're scrolling down in the video, and I contacted around 3 to 4 people, and everyone was like, "Man, you should go with it. If you wanna do digital marketing, go with it." I was like, "Man, like as Harleen was saying to you, like every time there is positivity, positive review." So he was like, "Man, that is something maybe you should have, right?" So that is how like we both were convinced, and we had a chat for long hours sometimes, like whether we should go for it or not. But finally, like, and your sales pitch is like literally amazing that we are using for ourselves right now.
And every human being has a different experience with everything. So it's like a journal mindset that, if somebody is trying something, there are bound to be negative and positive reviews both. So even after, getting feedback from Vishali and Padma Shri, I was still like, in my head, I was like, has he paid them or something? Like, not even one negative thing. I literally had this. But then I booked a call, and Pratham took me through the contents of the course and everything. And I was like, yeah, this is really good.
Got it. So you both were telling me earlier that you both had this 1 hour discussion, or maybe even a lengthier discussion, that we should do this course or not. So if you don't mind sharing, like what were you discussing during that time? Like what were the key decision making things that were going on in your mind that allowed you to say that, okay, I think we both should just move forward with this.
I think, we were really skeptical about, firstly, there were no negative comments. So we thought, maybe it could be a scam, because in India, there's so many scams, right? But then we talked to people, and then we saw your video and everything seemed legit then. And after that, we were really struggling with all the problems we discussed, and we thought, okay, let's just give it a try one more. If it doesn't work, then it's fine, but we should give it a try. And I think the major discussion was just about that. We didn't really know you personally, and I was really skeptical about, maybe this isn't the right thing. But then the course contents were as such that, they focus on client acquisition and everything. And the major part was, I thought it could be another digital marketing course, the kind of that teaches you skills, but not how to, acquire clients and how to generate revenue. So many of the courses are very, theoretical and just focus on the digital marketing aspect. So and that wasn't something with your course. And your attracting line was this, how to attract high paying clients. So that was exactly the thing we were looking at. So we thought,
The main
whatever our requirements were aligned with whatever your content was in the video.
Exactly. Like in the same line that Lean is selling everything, right? The main point was like how to acquire all those people who are sitting into the other country, how to approach, how to create that trust level. These basic things were the main key point, I think, right? And that is like that thing will make us allow the decision that we took in the like past 2 3 months, and that is how like we like the stuff.
Got it. You both didn't have international clients before joining Uability, right?
No, no.
Okay, so this was the first time. That's amazing.
And we didn't even had any Indian clients.
Okay, understood. So tell me something now, since you both have been in this digital marketing domain for quite some time now. There are so many courses now, and there are so many different kind of options available for everyone. You can watch videos for free on YouTube, as Hardik was saying earlier. You have blogs, PDFs, and then you have online 999 courses, and then you have the formal course, like how you did the diploma in digital marketing as well, right? So out of all these competitors out there, right? Why did you decide that, okay, maybe we should go with UAbility? Like, what made us stand out as compared to everybody else?
To be very honest, the first thing that stood out for me was your price. I was like, that's too high in comparison to all the 1100, 1199, and even some courses are selling at 555. So that was like, okay, they're charging really high, let's see what they have got and what others have got. And others were the usual stuff: digital marketing techniques, SEO, SMM, blah blah blah. But yours were more practical, how to attract high paying clients, how to generate revenue, the acquisition channels, and without cold calling, what were the different ways. It's not like your course didn't cover the digital marketing aspect. It did very well, but it was so well designed from the perspective of an entrepreneur to start a business, not to just acquire skills and do a job for somebody else. So that was what really stood out for me, and we thought we should give it a try.
And for me, which I think is like, even I had like just a preview of some courses which I really want to take before going to your. I see that the first thing was a mindset, because everyone give you and tell you like these are the top notch 10 secrets that I have. But how to apply and how to be consistent and how to keep that mindset to always go through all those things, and by not taking care of, like, let's say I haven't closed it, right? But I know, like, if we I haven't approached like 30 people, how can I say that like I failed the stuff, right? So that was the first thing. Like, I think mindset is one of the most important thing. Like, that was a different for me. And other was sales, right? The way you talk about MVP, the way you talk, like how we have to talk to someone, and in a 1 hour, how we can make the lady or whatever the person we are talking to work with us and pay right at the moment on the call. That was like, man, we are doing it. And for the first one, when I was doing 1 to 2 first calls, I see that people are ready to pay. And maybe like I was not able to close the first deal, but I see that there is a potential in that sales. And I think most important was the mindset. Like, that mindset will keep you going, and help you to apply the things in the right way.
Got it. So, according to both of you, what would be that number one, you know, element or part of the course that sold you? Like, was it sales, marketing, mindset? What was it that you were like, okay, this is mind blowing?
I think the mindset part, which was really different, other people weren't talking about. And after doing the program, I realized that how important that shift in the mindset was. So mindset, and of course client acquisition, the sales.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like sales, that MVP, all kind of stuff was really one of the most important stuff in terms of giving values. Those tips are that really amazing in terms of that.
Okay, got
Niche,
it.
niche. I really forgot. Like, niche was one of the most
Oh,
important thing. I remember, like, when we were to the course, Harleen just give me a call, like, man, like, do you think that we have to go for a one? We are limited, and no, we will go for 2 to 3, and then we will go for something else. Like, it's about trying. But when we will go on with the course in the next step, we will see that why that niche is important, right? So that was, I think, one of the most important part as well, covering up those all the points that we have discussed so far.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, even like those who, I'm not even talking about those who don't even know about this course. I'm talking about people who sometimes join a program and they ask this question: Rohan, is week number one important? Should I just skip week number one and just, proceed with sales and client acquisition? And I'm like, it's like, you skipping first standard till like 12th standard and you just want to go to college, right?
yeah.
So it's like very important. So now tell me, like, okay, so when you started the program, okay, how, like, what did you do? I want to know, like, firstly, like, how was your journey from start till the end? Like, how did you go about selecting your niche. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, so let's talk about week number one, and then we'll talk about the rest of the activities that you both did. So let's say that you joined the program, you're watching the videos, and you're attending the calls and whatever you were doing. What happened? Like, how did you go about selecting your niche? If you both can firstly tell everyone, like, what is your niche, and then how did you decide that okay, we should go with this one, and what happened next? Like, how did you go about doing it?
So the first week, I thought, when you hear the first lecture, you think that okay, it's really boring, you don't want to do it. But then there was one thing that okay, if Rohan has told us to do this thing, we will do it no matter what. So there were worksheets. We did everything, and then there comes this niche. You have to decide the niche, and you specifically mention in the video not to waste too much time on deciding it. Just decide and go, because you can always go back and change it, right? And I remember being stuck on niche for 3 to 4 days, and Hardik lecturing me every day, just do it, do it, do it. So firstly, I decided to go with e-commerce, and it was really crowded. And then majority of the people I uh, got were who were really starting out, so they weren't my ideal clients. So I struggled a bit, so I kind of left it, and then I changed my niche to beautypreneurs who were aestheticians, salon owners, medical practitioners, or anybody related to the beauty industry. So my niche was beautypreneurs, majorly aestheticians and salon owners or spa owners. So that's how I decided my niche with the help of Hardik after being stuck for 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, like same with me. Like the reason for going with the beauty niche was like I had experience with one of my Indian clients in India. Like she was on retainer for 1 year almost, and so like in the course you told us that go with the one that you really think that you know about them really well and you love their work, right? So it's like I know about the ads and all kind of stuff that I have to run for them. Another thing was I really know what problems they have in their real life, like what are the main key points that we have to resolve. And I think like right now me and Harleen are totally into that same niche, so it's
Yeah.
like superpower for us. Like she will approach that same person and I will have to approach the same person, and in the same way I think if we continue the work right the same we are doing right now, we can easily hit like the expectation that we never ever thought that we can grow, right? So we are going in the right zone right now at the moment, but need with the more consistency, and obviously we are ready to put in as much work as we can both together.
Yeah, absolutely. So two things I would like to say. So niche selection, this is like, as Harleen was also saying, you shouldn't spend more time thinking about it, right? It's
Yes.
just, in my opinion, every niche is profitable. It's just that the reason why people are unable to sell to them is because their offer to that niche is not good enough, right? That's my personal opinion on this matter. And the second thing is, some people also have this query, Rohan, if I select this niche, right, then how will I get these other clients? Like, as Halim was also saying, you should just start with two or three at the start, right? So I think people worry too much about the opportunity cost, whereas they don't realize that the market that they are selecting is worth billions and billions, right? So try to capture on that first, and then worry about the rest. So that's awesome. So you guys selected your niche. Okay, you both decided that okay, we're gonna help beauty salon owners or beautypreneurs. What happened next? What did you guys do next?
So after that, Hardik completed the course like really fast, and I was really slow. So that was a bit gap, but at that time I was into the e-commerce niche, and I was talking to Hardik on and off. Okay, okay. He used to be like, I've done this, so better get your shit together and do it fast. So and he already told me that there are things you have to post in the groups, and I'm doing that kind of stuff, so I knew. So within the first week I already started posting in the groups, joined the groups, and started posting them simultaneously, completing my first week lectures. And sort of by the end of the week, I had around first week I had around 8 to 11 strategy calls booked, and I didn't know okay what to do now. So that was a problem. And I talked to you. You told me that just go over to these lectures and read the sales pitch and do that. So I'm an introvert, and the thing that asking people for deposit is like a major issue for me. Like I can't ask people for money. So all those practice calls with him went really great. He used to be like perfect, 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 and then when the actual call happened, none closed. Nobody, even called back that okay, I thought about this often and I don't want to do it, or why I don't want to do it, because I didn't ask for any deposit or anything. So that was a major drawback for me that I kind of had to learn the hard way. And then after that, I practiced some strategy sessions with other people as well. So everybody had a different point of view. You're too soft, your voice is too young, and all those kind of things. Some of the points were really good. There was a lack of consistent energy through the call, which I later on improved, obviously. But some people said you should know more about technical stuff and all those, but I didn't really focus. So I think even when you practice the strategy calls, you have to filter out the suggestions that people give you, because everybody has a different opinion and they think from their perspective. So you don't have to implement everything they say. Just think about it yourself as well. So that went, and then later I knew that deposit was the major thing, so we shifted to the other niche, and I made sure that I asked for the deposits. And then slowly and slowly he got one client, and then there was another strategy call. So I thought, sometimes if I get awkward that I cannot ask for the deposit, he can. So I thought, maybe we can, two of us can do the call together. So I used to, maybe pitch them or ask them the questions, and he used to do the money part, and that worked for us really well.
Got it. And so, just so that everyone is clear, strategy session basically means a phone call where you're getting on a client to understand more about their business and how you can help them out, and then basically signing them if they're a good fit. And deposit basically means, having that initial sum of money just to make sure that everything is secure, they're moving forward with you, and the deal is actually moving forward, right? So that being said, how are both of you generating these strategy sessions? Like, how are you booking these calls? That's something that a lot of people struggle with, right? So if you could share some tips or like your journey behind, like, how did you do it?
As it was told to us in the program, amongst all other elements, that post consistently on Facebook groups and LinkedIn, where your ideal customers hang out. You don't have to post everywhere or focus on all the channels, but on the channels where your audience is. So we did that, which was mainly on Facebook, and we generated through that. And for all those people who have joined the program, and they are 6 months in it, 7 months, or maybe a year, but haven't generated anything. They are clueless that okay, this is not working. To be very honest, the reason why things are not working for you, a, is you might be not on the right channel. B, the major reason is that you're not putting the required efforts. I remember, I used to also think that I am not generating strategy calls and things like that. But in my head, at the back of the head, I knew that, Harleen, you're not putting the required amount of efforts. Are you posting consistently? No. Then how can you expect to generate the calls, right? So consistently, whatever the things are told in the course, if you do it, there's no way you can't produce results.
Yeah.
So that's how I was generating calls. And similar with Hardik, or maybe some more, he was actually putting up more efforts than me.
Yeah,
Is
what's your story, man?
like as Helene told, like I was going with the same ways. I was putting down on LinkedIn. I was going with the Facebook, and like actually I was testing out initially where my audience spend most of the time, right? And finally we both get to know that it's Facebook. But I remember two guys, like it's been like 1 month. I was like, I know that this guy needs the service. So what I was doing, I send him email, I send him LinkedIn, I send him Facebook, and suddenly I got that guy Snapchat. Like I just added that guy on Snapchat, and that guy already texted me. I even started a conversation. That guy, who are you? I was like, man, like he really got me. Like, who are you? Like after that, I booked a strategy session with that guy, but that he didn't convert. But I see that the way we were approaching, and if we can keep that consistency level up to the mark, we can approach anyone in the world. But you have to be consistent. You have to put down the efforts in a regular way.
Got it. And how many calls did you both do before you signed your first client?
Uh,
Mine were around 13 or 14, I think.
Yeah, like mine in my case, I think when I was on my eighth call, I was talking to Harleen, like where we are going wrong because everything if we are going in a new way and we have to be patient, right? So what just suddenly happened, like even you when you talk with us, you have a call recording section in the course, right? So I just suddenly got on like very first stage when you started out the course on third or fifth call at initial stage. I
Hmm.
can't remember name of that guy right now, but he was telling you that he booked her his first client on 40th call. I was like, man, you are only on 8th. How can you expect like on 10th or whatever? And on the next very day, like I even expect a 1% that lady will convert. Like I was just let's go with the process which I'm following. I just pitched that stuff, and she was like, go with it. Like I just then call her. I was like, man, we did it. And then from that part, even that lady is very nice. The first client that we got, she's really nice. And from that, from we got referred and other. Sometimes I don't know. Like sometimes the lady texts us already. Like I want to be. I need your service. And then we also close that lady as well.
Okay. Yeah, this is like a very important point because a lot of people are like, Rohan, I've done, they do their first call and it doesn't convert. And then they're like, Rohan, this business doesn't work. Sales doesn't work. So, what everybody must understand that it's a volume game. And if you're part of my program, you would notice that I tell you not to even judge the data of the calls until you have at least done 25 to 30 calls
Yeah.
minimum, right? So that's like very, very important for everyone to know. Okay, so your first client, Hardik, like when you signed, I think she was a beauty salon owner. How much did you sign her for, your first client?
Like on deposit, I just take only 150 pounds, and then later on, we have that mismatch a little bit about just because of the COVID situation. Either I bet at the call we just say at 500 pounds, but suddenly then she will shift it down to 400. But due to that case, but that right now that lady is like we really think that we are not charging that much. That we believe that even she's ready to pay us 600 or 700 easy
Hmm.
because she's totally fully booked out. She's very happy with our service, and I really appreciate her lean efforts. She really got amazing management skills. She knows how to make a connection with the client. She really like she has very few great points that I have to mention it, like managing people. That trust level is one of the most important that you have to make with the client, and she's really amazing on that.
So yeah, that lady is really sweet, and we make sure we are not just doing business, but we don't get too business with them. We know that okay, that person might be facing some issues, so we make sure that if we can, so it's just a little bit of time, 10-20 minutes. You just help them out with anything that needs to be set up. So these small things really matter to the client, and I
Hmm.
think that's what really builds the connection.
That's fantastic. So, first client you guys signed for 500 pounds approximately. Then, how many clients do you have at this point of time?
At
Right,
this
go with it.
at this point of time, we have 3 clients right now, and the second client we signed was an aesthetician, and we signed her for the website development. Right now we have signed her for just the development. We pitched her 800 pounds, and she was very well okay with it. And if she likes the work, which I'm sure she will, she'll then get us for the social media marketing as well.
Wow. Okay. So one you have 500 pound client, the other one is 800 a month client, and then there's a third one you said. How much is that for?
Like it just said we are going with a small deposit or just 50 pound, but we are expecting that we can close that lady as well. But there is one more client in a different niche, and she's actually a dentist. But right now a little bit of change in the schedule in the UK, so we have to shift around for and wait for next 10 to 15 days, which we believe. So but we can easily close it, but right now we are ready to approach new ways in other countries, and as even riders like go with the New Zealand or Australia kind of stuff, because that is really important. We can't, because right now conditions are that we can't based on one particular place. We have to have that choice, is that if something happens in one place, we have that other one as well, so we need not to worry about that.
Hmm. Totally understood. So if you have to total that up, it's approximately 1.25 lakhs a month that you both have secured so far, and also if that deposit converts approximately another, I think 800 pounds you said approximately. Uh,
If the 800 pounds for the second clients, and if they convert, then 600 pounds from them for social media marketing. And
mhm.
if the third one, which we have taken a deposit, but there's a lockdown, after the lockdown we are expecting her to pay us around 400 pounds per month for first initial months, and then move to 500 pounds with her.
Wow. So that's, if you total that up, that's 2,300 pounds, right? So that, if we turn it into Indian rupees, 2.22 lakhs a month. So congratulations, firstly, to both of you, like for hitting this like huge milestone at a such a young age. Because I talk to people who work for 10, 20 years in corporate to be anywhere close to how much you guys are making just within your like first few months of this program and everything. And I'm pretty sure that I can easily see both of you doing a lot more, like even 10K a month or even more, right? So how are you
Yeah,
both feeling like after knowing this?
I think amazing and very grateful, and especially the parents, my parents are really happy. And yeah, now there's no word about IS. They are like, do whatever you want to do. And even like, my granddad, he's the most eldest, and he doesn't know anything about tech, okay? And he still goes around in his circle and boasts that, my granddaughter earns this from computer and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and he tells me, and it's really cute. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy, and we really look forward to expanding even more than whatever we are earning right now. And it's really good to have such a great team, be it the Uability team or me and Hardik's team, because we know that, okay, if one person isn't available, without having the need to say this, but we just know that, okay, the other person is there for me. So it's just amazing.
Yeah, like same for me. Like I even told in the starting that right now it's a placement time for me, and I'm not like in my college placements are really fine. Even we get an average package from 7 lakhs to sometimes we got to 40 lakhs as well. But right now, like my parents are confident that this guy can really achieve it, and main thing is like freedom, because when I feel like if I'm restricted in a company, I have to go and sit to 5 to 9 to 5. I think I won't able to make it at the moment, right? But I think there is one more advantage as well. Me and Helena together, whenever, even right now, I give two exam in the morning, and I know that she is there. If we got any call from client or something else, she will handle the stuff, right? So that is, I think, a big advantage, and I think right now we both feel more confident to take this as a career for a long term vision. And I think we are very much blessed to have you. I think that is one of the most things that I have to say.
So good.
Yeah, we are really thankful, for the program, and it really helped us a lot. Like, it was a complete shift in the mindset from thinking that, okay, people are not even paying 12,500, maybe we're charging a lot, to asking people for 50 to 60,000, and be like, we can charge maybe more than that as well sometimes. Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
I think we are not charging that much based upon the prices in the countries that we are targeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minimum we are expecting the but other service in that their country are like 1,500 pounds to 1,000 pounds. So in the next phase, after maybe 1 to 2 or 3 5 months, when we have enough work data or we have enough testimonials like video stuff, then we can easily go with that.
Yeah.
After that, I think we can easily expand the stuff and scale it to the next level.
Hmm. Got it. So yeah, that actually, puts forward another question. How did you both like go about shifting that mindset towards, okay, and rather than charging 15,000, maybe I should charge 60, 80,000 or whatever?
So uh, I'm not sure that it was in the video, told in the video, or I read it somewhere. But this was this thing that there's so many billions of businesses around the world. Just think about it. So many, like billions of businesses out there, and you can't even get five to pay you that much of amount. Like it's not that hard if you think about it, right? It's really easy. You just need to find those five. There are so many that will pay, but you just need 5 to 6 to start with. So I think that I was like, that's not really tough, and whatever Rohan is teaching us, we can easily do it. And again, the mindset that 12,500 people were unwilling to pay, and just thinking about it, that how much worth we know that the quality of our service was amazing, but people didn't know that. We were unable to convey that. They are going to they don't think about the quality initially, because they are going to first take your services and obviously then judge that thing. So having that mindset that okay, we have this quality work we do, we are worth this much, was a big shift, and that all happened through your videos, to be very honest. So, and it was really great, and it did pay off.
Yeah, like according to me, it's like catching the sharks only into the ocean, right? It's like not out of 100 people, 100 people. No, we have to find only those 2 to 3 people
Yeah.
that are gonna pay us the required amount in which we both are happy and they are also fine with that as well. So I think getting super duper targeting those people into that ocean is one of the most important thing, and that thing obviously gave us that confidence to ask for the money. Because if we don't know in our inside that man they are not going to pay us, or is that service is not enough that you are charging for, right? So we weren't able to do that stuff. So first thing is that we have to make sure in our own mindset inside that yes, the service really worth it that much amount. And I don't know, like even when we are starting out with our first client, after a month we are really good into our delivering the service really well, that we double down the revenue of that lady, right? And like for the next month, she in the November she's totally fully booked. And to be honest, we don't work more than 20 to 30 minutes in a day for that
Yeah.
person.
Right.
Wow. It's literally like having the freedom life, right? So
Right.
that's cool.
And
Yeah, continue.
no, I kind of forgot now.
All right. So to basically summarize this, if you had to think about the day, like since the time, do you guys remember when did you join the program?
I remember I used all my birthday shaguns for this, because yeah, my parents, it was like they won't give me, but I thought, whatever I have, rest I'll take from them. So it was on 17th June.
Yeah, like
17 June.
Yeah,
Cool.
17th 18th June, around 9 days after my birthday.
I hope your birthday shagun has now paid off and given you return
Really
on
well,
investment.
really well. The best investment I have made so far.
And that's actually very encouraging that a lot of people would just usually ask their parents or somebody for this, but the fact that you initiated your own, that's like really remarkable.
Yeah.
So since like it's early this year only that you guys joined, and now what is it, like October, November, right? So during
Yeah.
this time, what was like your happiest day, if you had to think about, like since joining the program, what was like your happiest moment or day? Uh, what would that be if both of you had to tell me?
I think the best one was closing the client, and second one was like when the client say, "I really love both of you guys, and you both are doing amazing." Because if they are happy, obviously we are happy. But the main thing was when we close the client, like we know within second either she will call me or I will call her personally, and we'll say, "Man, we did it again." So that's the main movement in terms of reports.
For me, I didn't. I closed my first client a bit late. So for me, the first very happy moment was, when the first client was really happy about the work, and she put up this long message in the group, and how thankful she was for us. So I was really happy. And then the second happy was obviously when we closed another client, the 800 pound client from UK for the website development. And I remember we were on the call, and she was fully convinced and everything was almost done. She was doing the deposit kind of thing, and she had not yet made the deposit, but I'm just texting Hardik, yay, congratulations, etc. And he's like, just wait, let her do the deposit.
I
Exactly.
know that
And
feeling.
then the deposit took a little longer. She couldn't make it on the call due to some issue with her card, and then she did that after a few days. And for those few days, I was like a bit stuck over here that but she
Ac-
made the call, and I was like really happy. So I just made him a call. Now I can officially congratulate you.
Yeah. I mean, I can so relate to it, and I'm pretty sure Pratham can too. Like, once somebody is like about to make the payment, and then something happens, right? And then I can't, like, I don't want to eat. I want the client to pay first, and then I can function normally again.
right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand. Okay, so final question that I have for both of you. So if let's say few years back, let's say old Hardik and Harleen are watching this video, right? If you had to share some advice or tips for somebody like that, or maybe anybody who's watching this video interested in the program, what would you say to them? What tips would you give to them, just in general as well as in regards to the program?
A, join the program. Don't think about it. Join it. B, whatever is being taught in the program, just follow it religiously. It will work. If it's not working, that means you're not putting the desired amount of effort. Apart from that, what I would advise them, don't focus on the appearance, the logo, the branding, and all that jazz. Because I remember when we joined the course, it hardly took us half a day to make the website and just get done with it. We didn't think about the logo, the color, or anything at all. So it was really good. And yeah, don't focus on the branding and anything, just focus on client acquisition and generating your revenue. That's what matters, when you're starting out. Because if you're not earning, then whatever you're doing is worthless. Yeah, do that and join the course, guys. It's amazing. Call me if you want to. Like, you can text me on Facebook if you want a detailed review. I'm happy to do so.
Okay. And in my case, I would say like if you are a whole old Hardik Dudeja, man, you are wasting your time. Just you need a right direction, right? Everybody needs a guru in their life, and I expect you are one of my best, one of the gurus in my life, and I will admire you for long in my life because we need that particular direction that can even really change the whole life, right? And me and Harleen are both at right at that stage where the decision that we take in the next 2 to 3 years is gonna decide like how we will be in the future, something like that, right? So if you want to make like go on for a online journey, I would recommend obviously go with your course. And also the Harleen mentioned very few points which are really matters a lot. Don't focus on the stuff that doesn't matter at all, website and all kind of stuff. Focus on being a specialized first into the particular niche, and then go and pitch into the right client and charge high. Because being in India, if you follow everyone, it's like you won't able to even make it nothing, like it's nothing gonna happen. I know I'm in the Facebook groups, people are ready to gonna work for 5,000, 10,000, even way less than that as well. But if you need a really need direction and want that freedom, all kind of stuff, you need to go with it. Don't think about it. and we both are available anytime if you need any kind of help.
That's very kind of both of you. Just to correct, I don't like to position myself as a guru. I would like to rather say more of an elder brother who's like helping you out with this whole journey, right?
Yeah.
So, Hardik and Harleen, congratulations. Those are some phenomenal figures that you have produced in not such a long duration of time. And I'm pretty confident that this is going to be skyrocketing very, very soon, especially when this whole pandemic situation settles down a little bit, right? So, thank you so much to both of you for taking out the time and actually doing this interview. Anybody else who's on the fence about joining UWT, here are more success stories, and we will keep on producing them again and again. And if you have any queries, feel free to book a call and we'll be more than happy to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.